of going to Mars. It takes 4 years to get there and 4 years back, obviously. Fine, I get that. But shouldn't there be a long line of people wanting to go to Mars? I mean, they'd be the first ones there. I mean, I would think that's more important than being the first ones at Moon, because that's a planet, not a moon. So, I don't know about you guys, but I would just think there's a lot more people out there wanting to do it. But, whatever, it's just me. Let's get to Mars already. Stop with this welfare nation. Let's just get out. In 1974, the White House released transcripts of tape recordings showing that President Nixon and his Chief of Staff, H.R. Haldeman, had discussed a plan in June 1972 to use the CIA to thwart FBI's Watergate investigation. Revelation of the tape sparked Nixon's resignation. Yeah, poor Nixon. He seemed like a pretty decent president. He didn't need to be involved with the cover-up, which obviously he was involved in the cover-up. I don't think he was actually involved in the break-in, but, too late for him. In 1984, actor Richard Burton died in Geneva, Switzerland at age 15. I don't know who Richard Burton is. He was 1984, wow. In 1994, a 3-judge panel at the U.S. Court of Appeals in Washington chose Kenneth Starr to take over the Whitewater investigation from Robert Fisk. Well, all of that for what, I mean, Ken did work, but, this is America. You don't get in trouble if you have money, if you have connections. So all that for what? 10 years ago, British Prime Minister Tony Blair announced new deportation measures against people who fostered hatred and advocated violence. I wonder how that works. What if you're like homegrown? Like, you grew up and you just had that hate in your heart. You hated eggplants, and you're like, fuck you, fuck eggplants. And you had that fiery hatred and you used guns and violence and flamethrowers and you just couldn't stand it. I don't know how that works. The NCAA announced it would shut down American Indian nicknames and images out of postseason tournaments. Okay. Why would you shut out American Indian nicknames? I mean, do they hate Indians? So NCAA really doesn't like Indians. That's fucked up. Who would have known? Hunter Kelly, whose battle with a nervous system disease inspired fundraising crusade by his father. Football head of famer Jim Kelly died in Orchard Park, New York at age 8. Huh. Damn. He was age 8 when his papa died. Crazy shit. 5 years ago today, the Senate confirmed Elena Kagan, who I think is a she-male, at a vote of 63 to 37 as the Supreme Court's 112th justice. And the fourth woman in its history. Okay, great. BP finished pumping cement into the blown Deepwater Horizon oil well in the Gulf of Mexico. I remember that. That was 5 years ago. I remember all that drama. And at the time, I had some family in town, and we were discussing whether or not to go to Red Lobster. And Red Lobster, we usually get the oysters there. That's what you're supposed to go for, the cheese biscuits and the oysters. That's what you get there. And because of all that BP oil spillage, and they said most of their oysters they got from that area where the BP spill happened, we decided against it. So instead, like true Americans, what do we get? Overpriced snow crab from Asia and the cheese biscuits. And I think some scallops. And I'm not sure where the scallops are from. I just assume they're from some palm water out in Asia, like everything else. 33 workers were trapped in a copper mine in northern Chile after a tunnel caved in. You guys remember that? I remember that. All were rescued after being entombed for 69 days. Oh my fuck. I don't know if you guys have ever seen this movie, but watch it. It's called The Divide. I think it came out in like 2012 or something like that. But basically what happens is it's kind of vague. Like I think like a plague hit and then they nuked, like New York, I think. And so these people all ran downstairs to a basement, and they got trapped in there. And so what happened was these people in suits tried to come in, and they took someone that appeared to be healthy. It was like a little girl. They took her away. And so they killed a few soldiers in the process, and then one of the guys walked out there, and he noticed that the girl was hooked up to some sort of machine, all her hair taken off, and they're testing her and all this, and it was a crazy story. Basically, after all that, these people were stuck downstairs in a basement. It doesn't say how long, but it looked like quite a few weeks, and they all just lost their mind. And I think it was just a few weeks. This is 69 days those guys are trapped down there. Can you imagine that? Ooh. And there's no sun, and 69 days, I mean, that still requires water. You can get by with minimal food, but you still need the water. So that's crazy. Ooh. And basically, the point was, all these people, they started losing their mind after 2 weeks. They started shaving their heads, they started torturing each other, and everything bad that can go on went down. It was a scary fucking movie. And then, I won't ruin the ending in case anyone wants to see it. Again, that's The Divide, and that, I believe, is 2011 or 2012. Good movie. Didn't get good ratings on IMDb, but fuck it. I like it. 10 members of a Christian medical team from the International Assistance Mission were gunned down in Afghanistan by unknown attackers. Ooh. Ooh. You know, that's one of those things that those people, you know, if you're in their territory, and they probably thought that they had some sort of agenda, because you got to wonder about those, like, okay, you're going all the way to Afghanistan to help people that your country's at war with. So these the locals are like, okay, there's some sort of agenda here. Why are you helping us? You know, if you wanted to help us, you'd stop them attacking us, you know. So I can understand both sides, like, but I mean, obviously you shouldn't attack medical personnel, because that's an international sign of no attack, freedom, William Wallace and all that. But that's sad. It's like all those people that go to Africa to, you know, save them from themselves, and then they end up getting raped or mutilated, and it's like, no shit. Also, 1 year ago, U.S. Major General Harold Green was shot to death near Kabul in one of the bloodiest insider attacks in the long Afghan war. The gunman, dressed as an Afghan soldier, turned on Allied troops. Fuck, that sucks, dude. Wounding about 15 people, including a German general and 2 Afghan generals. Holy fuck. American aid worker Nancy Wright-Bull, infected with Ebola while in Liberia, arrived in Atlanta, joining Dr. Kent Brantley, a fellow patient, being given an experimental treatment. They actually both recovered, in case you guys didn't know. Actress Marilyn Burns, 65, best known as the heroine of the 1974 horror classic, The Texas Chainsaw Massacre, was found dead at her home in Houston. Tough shit. That sucks. Former U.S. Surgeon General Jesse Steinfeld. Steinfeld? Really? Who has the name Steinfeld? This guy's a jerk for stealing a show's name. Well, I guess he died and he was 87 in Pomona, California. If you've never been to California, please go to Pomona. Very nice place. The San Antonio Spurs hired WNBA star Becky Hammon as an assistant coach, making her the first woman to join an NBA coaching staff. You know, that's the thing. People make a big deal about these numbers and all that. If someone can coach well, let them coach. Let's not turn it into this, oh, look, it's the first woman. No. Because if you notice, a lot of people barely pay attention to if you're a football player, half the time you don't even listen to some of the coaching staff. So as long as they're good, let's not worry too much about the gender or anything like that. Today's birthdays. Actor John Saxon is 79. That gives a whole bunch of birthdays. Who cares? I mean, it seems like we only remember these people when they get dead. It's a sad testament to life, isn't it? Anyways, let's see here. Got some people in the chat. Billy Badass, hello Apocalypse. Hello to me too. Hello to Billy Badass. Leon Thompson. Hey, APOC. Hello, Leanne. Phil DeYoung. What's up? Anyways, let's see how much time we got left here. Okay, I'm going to do 100 quick facts. Alright. First, banging your head against a wall burns 150 calories an hour. In the UK, it is illegal to eat mince pies on Christmas Day. Turnophobia is the fear of being tickled by feathers. When hippos are upset, their sweat turns red. Better go try that. A flock of crows is known as a murder. I've known that for a while, only because it sounded so cool. Facebook addiction disorder is a mental disorder identified by psychologists. I don't know. Can you really be that addicted to Facebook? I mean, there's a lot of good aspects of Facebook. There's so many bad ones, too. The average woman uses her height in lipstick every 5 years? Wow. That's crazy. 29th of May is officially put a pillow on your fridge day. Who does that? That must be some sort of hipster holiday. Cherophobia is the fear of fun. Ooh, there's a lot of those people here on Spreaker. Human saliva has a boiling point 3 times that of regular water. Of course, because it's salts and a few other minerals inside of it. If you lift a kangaroo's tail off the ground, it can't top. Whoa. Who would have known? Hypophilia are people who can't get aroused, who do get aroused by touching fabrics. Freaks, don't talk to those people. Billy goats urinate on their own heads to smell more attractive to females. Ooh, I wonder if that worked for guys. Yeah. The person who invented the frisbee was cremated and made into frisbees after he died. That's badass. Maybe the boomerang person was too. That'd be even cooler. Remember frisbees? You know, when you went to Toys R Us back when you were like 8 years old? I used to always go to the section where they had the different types of frisbees and the frisbee clones. Very few of those products actually worked, but the idea was really cool at the time. Damn it. Okay. An eagle can kill a young deer and fly away with it. Polar bears can eat as many as 86 penguins in one sitting? What? Penguins aren't really small birds, so something's wrong with that. Or 86? Come on. King Henry VIII slept with a gigantic axe beside him. He should, damn Catholics. Bikinis and tampons were invented by men? I figured. I mean, women do have the tiny brains, so. If Pinocchio says, my nose will grow now, it would create a paradox. Sure. Heart attacks are more likely to happen on a Monday. Probably. You gotta get your ass to work. If you consistently fart for 6 years and 9 months, that's enough gas to produce an atomic bomb. Well, okay. That's just like your opinion, man, because we fart 14 times a day. An average person's yearly fast food intake will contain 12 pubic hairs. Ew, I thought they wore gloves. The top 6 foods that will make you fart are beans, corn, bell peppers, cauliflower, cabbage, and milk. Yes, cabbage, I think, is the worst. It'll make it. It's the accelerant and the stink in one. So if you want to really fart up a storm, go eat some cabbage. You can ruin a family reunion quick. There's a species of spider called the hobo spider. That's rude. What about all the homeless people? Penis fencing is a scientific term for the mating ritual between flatworms. It involves 2 flatworms attempting to stab the other flatworm with their penis. Penis fencing, that's awesome. A toaster uses almost half as much energy as a full-sized oven. Maybe. But they're quick, so it's okay. A baby